All right, my name's Grady Lee. I'm married to Jamie Lee for 17 plus years. We have two wonderful children, Ian and Austin, 22 and 23 years old. I'm a small business owner here in Columbus, and I enjoy biking, tennis, and old classic cars.
And I'm Jamie. I'm married to Grady. And we have one of mine, one of his, none of ours. So we have Ian and Austin, and but we don't actually have a child together. But I'm from Columbus originally. I've been here my entire life. And I graduated from Shaw High School, and then I later moved on to Columbus State University where I played softball. And then in my senior year, I went to work at Aflac, and I've been there for now 27 years. And I also enjoy a lot of activity, any type of activity actually, tennis, biking, whatever, just that's my form of stress relief. The 5 Love Languages, it's a book by Gary Chapman, and I know many of you have probably heard about it. It's been around now for many, many years, and it's selling more and more copies every year actually. But the 5 Love Languages is all about learning what your love language is, and because the way that you actually express love is the way that you like to receive love. And just a quick thing in terms of what are the 5 love languages. It's acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and physical touch. And so
Last but not least.
yes, and the 5 love languages, you basically one of them you usually have, which is your predominant love language. And it is possible that you may have one that's as high or close to as high, but typically most of us usually have one love language.
Wow, where did we encounter the 5 love languages? That was at our old church, and it was a seminar they put on one year that we had never heard of it before, but it was absolutely the most practical advice that we had ever received. And at the time, we were struggling a lot in our new marriage, and it was just an amazing breakthrough for us.
You want to tell them about the old couple?
Yes. There was a couple that we respected a lot in our church, and they had been married 30 plus years. And they were sitting right next to us taking the test, which I hope you guys will take before the conference, the 5 love languages assessment test, I believe it's called. And during that process, they realized that they had no idea what their partner's love language was. And it was very, very emotional experience for us, and it registered with me so much that we just grabbed a hold of it, and we keep nurturing our marriage through this application.
And I think that what we found is that we talk about this particular book more than any other anything we've ever attended. We go to an annual conference every year, and we do that as a commitment to our marriage, just to protect really what we have and maintain what we have. We know we can always grow in our marriage, but the 5 love languages always comes up in conversation with every couple that we encounter, and it seems that it's been a revolving door the last few years of couples coming to us and us being able to leverage this particular book to minister to them. I'll say that when I learned what Grady's love language was, number one, it's words of affirmation, and that is obviously positive words of encouragement or compliments, or just saying nice things about your spouse. And my love language is acts of service, so that's doing things, and they're actually polar opposites in that words of affirmation is all about words and acts of service is all about action. And so I learned that through that process, words didn't mean as much to me in terms of how someone expresses love to me. Like Grady could tell me he loves me, or that I'm beautiful, or he's proud of me. And that wouldn't mean as much to me as if he actually did something to help me around the house or with the kids. But I learned that for him, words can either heal or kill, and because they're everything to him. And so that was hugely impactful to me in my marriage.
I realized that the way that she expressed love to us and the boys was through acts of service. The boys and I never wanted for anything. Everything was always done, clothes are folded, meals are cooked, house is clean. We took it for granted. Well, her love tank would be empty because we were taking her for granted. And once I realized that, now I get enjoyment out of rushing home to do the things for her, because she's got such a stressful career, to do the things for her. I've now started getting enjoyment out of seeing her love tank full when I do little things. It doesn't take a lot to make her happy.
And the best part is, in turn, then what do you think I do naturally? I give him words of affirmation because
You tell me I'm pretty.
I tell you how great you are.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. But I truly am genuinely appreciative, and I probably fall over myself thanking him for doing so many things to help me out. It means everything to me. And he even gets the kids.
It's a win-win. It truly is.
It's a win-win. And, and you throw a little physical touch in there and we're both happy.
Woo-hoo.
Well, like you said, we've been married 17 years, but we actually were together dating for 4 years before we got married. And we mentioned that we had 2 kids, one of which is, his son and the other is mine. And you can imagine that in a blended family situation, we already had struggles going into the relationship. But I would say that the whole 5 love languages, not knowing his love language, him not knowing mine, we encountered other struggles in our marriage, and I don't think we dealt with them.
Not knowing our children's love language.
Absolutely, our children's love language either, and so it really just exacerbated some of the marital struggles we had early on, and I think it's a miracle that we're even still together at this point. A lot of couples would have given up, but because of things like the 5 love languages and obviously turning our life over to God and making that a big point, a focal point of our marriage, it has helped us to battle through those times together, and we've weathered the storm. And now I think Grady says it best. For us, it's about paying it forward, and we have had a revolving door of people coming to us for advice, and they see our marriage now, and actually to see people look up to our marriage is powerful to us, because we don't realize how people pay that much attention to us and to our interaction with one another. And so we just know it's time for us to give back.
I enjoy the maintenance side of the marriage because I know that this is the person that I want to grow old with, and I'll do anything that it takes to maintain it, to make her happy, to make our children happy, and a happy home is where it starts. So, the 5 love languages has been an integral part of that. It's so easy, so applicable to day-to-day life. It just applies to everything. And then we go once a year to a marriage conference, which is actually next month, February, and I look forward to it. It's 2 days, and it gives us, it rejuvenates us, it carries us throughout the year. It's just something that we love to do, is concentrate and focus, spend specific time focusing on developing and maintaining our healthy marriage. So guys, what we would like to do, we would like to see every one of you February 10th, 10 o'clock. We're going to have a great time. My wife and I, we're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It'll be fun. We'll have a lot of banter back and forth. We would love for you guys to attend. Please, there's going to be childcare. There'll be lunch afterwards. We'll go have a great time fellowshipping at lunch and just laugh and get this thing started off right again.
And I would just say, tell your friends, tell your family members. And this is not about broken marriages. That would be the other thing I would call out. This is for good marriages, bad marriages. It's for those of you that aren't married. It's for singles that are dating and you're maybe considering marriages. The sooner that you can learn this application, the better. And so I would just say, share it with anybody you know. The more the merrier. And I know that you'll all personally benefit from it.
That was awesome. That was awesome. That's why you're who you are.